We purchased our stove in November and absolutely love it. We finished our basement and it was, we do have heat down there from our furnace, but it just didn't keep it warm enough. And so now we purchased the pellet stove and absolutely love it. Have like a family room down there and a big TV, so we're able to watch movies and stay nice and warm. It's comfortable. I love it. When I grew up at my mom's house, she had a wood stove, and there's nothing better than the wood heat. There's something to say about that, and so when I had my own house, I missed that. So now I can have this pellet stove and have that wood heat back, and it's a lot more comfortable. Pretty simple. Again, comparing it to a wood stove from when I grew up, you know, you had to scoop out all the ashes, and it was a chore getting it started, which I never was able to get started. It was had a lot of instances where it was smoky in the house growing up. With a pellet stove, we don't have that problem. It's just a switch of a button, and so that's nice that I can actually do the starting of the stove as well. So the pellet stove is in the basement, and I have no worries of safety with the kids down there at all. Just start the stove, it runs on its own. You know, the kids know to stay away from it, but actually it doesn't seem like it gets really hot to touch, so that's kind of nice too.
And I just love that we don't have to spend so much on our energy bill anymore, and when we're watching movies downstairs, we don't need all these blankets anymore. We don't have to get them all from upstairs, walk downstairs, and it just saves us a lot of work, and we're all nice and comfortable now. So before the stove, I'm kind of shivering at night, you know. I had to have a lot of blankets on my bed. It's just uncomfortable. But then after the stove, it really helps. And now, I don't know, it's just way warmer. When we hang out downstairs, we get to spend more time as a family together and talk together more instead of just being upstairs, you know, kind of doing our own thing. We come downstairs and actually spend time together and watch movies. One of the creative ways that I've used my stove is actually as a hair dryer.
My daughter and I share a hair dryer, and I left for the weekend and left her without a hair dryer, so she had a major dilemma.
And she went out to spend time actually with my grandma and my aunt, and they have like a little sleepover type thing, and she took the hair dryer with her. And so I took a shower and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because I had to go somewhere very soon.
She thought she'd use the blower from the pellet stove, and apparently it works just as well as a real hair dryer. So
it blows air, nice warm air out, just like a hair dryer. So I thought, why not use that? And so I just used it as a hair dryer, and it worked. So creative ways to use this thing other than just heat.
Another good use for a pellet stove for my daughter. I would recommend that you do get a pellet stove. Prior to our having the stove, we would have our heat upstairs set at usually around 68 to 70, and all winter, this winter, since we've had the pellet stove, I've had it set at 66 and have saved tremendous amount of money. And so with the pellet stove being in the basement, a lot of that heat carries up to the upstairs as well, and so noticing that the furnace doesn't have to kick in as much, and also saving money as well.